Hey folks, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing another episode of Build the Back to the Future Delorean. This is going to be issue number 63. And I'm pretty excited because we got the hood. And it is nice. Heavy duty metal.
Ow.
And if you look really closely, it's got the machining on it just like the hood from the actual car does. Which is pretty freaking cool. So anyway, let's get at it. It's not going on the car this episode, which I was a little bit disappointed about. But it will be next episode. So stay tuned. Should be pretty straightforward. We're just adding some little
hinges,
knickknacks and odds and ends to the hood, and that's it.
Things and more hinges.
Another quick 5-step
hinges for the hinges
episode.
And hinges. And that's it.
Those are supposed to be the hydraulics, I believe.
Yeah, hinges.
Oh, okay, this is the guy who did the poster. Drew Struzan? I think he did the posters for the Indiana Jones movies also. I could be wrong. But yeah, these posters, I mean, just that picture right there is phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah. Great work.
I mean, that's as good as AI would, turn an actual picture into a drawing would do. That's how good that drawing is.
And the posters for all 3 films are just freaking iconic. They got a whole article on Elijah Wood. How about that? He's in the movie for what, 5 seconds or something like that?
Yep.
Nice.
Wasn't this one of his first big films, though?
Uh-huh. Where he's playing, what is it, Hogan's Alley in the 1980s diner in the future?
Something like that.
You mean you have to use your hands? It's like a kid's toy.
And the next one's going to be the actual frame for the hood, which will go on this hood, and then attaching it to the car. So,
exciting stuff.
Yep.
Let's get at it. I love saying that because Shan does all the work.
Now,
if you watch the earlier episodes,
they took a lot longer, and he took forever to do it.
I did all of it, and I was fat fingering the screws like nobody's business. But Shan has very small hands. And
yours aren't that much bigger. You just have thicker fingers than me.
That too. But she's a lot better at this than I am. So I don't know what that, about 15 episodes ago or something like that, she decided to take over, and I will not lie, it's been smoother sailing since then. Even when we had to do all the wiring and stuff, she still did a better job than I could have.
I was really worried about the wiring, but I actually did a pretty decent job, I thought.
Yeah, it's not bad. I was very intimidated by the wiring when I first ordered this, because I was like, how bad is it going to be? Because this thing was advertised as having all the lights and bells and whistles. I believe even the flux capacitor lights up in this car.
I'm kind of worried about these. They're really stiff. Like,
Giggity.
Really, I know. Really stiff. Like, I'm having to, force it to move it.
All we got to do is oil them, if that's the case.
I don't know. They might be a little tight. Because they're actually like they're clicking.
Well, they'll loosen up. I'm not worried about that at all.
But from the drawing, it looks like they're going like this with the hinge, like this. Because in the picture, you can kind of see the hinge, so it goes like that. So the hinge on the bottom, it's in an S shape, hinge on the bottom.
Yep, that's what it looks like to me.
Hinge toward the front of the hood. That's what I'm thinking. So, got to get the KMs.
Shan also saved this little plastic tub. It's not really a tub, but it's a...
It held some of the parts.
Plastic molding from... It was holding the parts in a previous episode, and she's using it now to hold screws and itty-bitty little pieces and stuff like that, and that's worked out very well.
And we got all our parts to put things together from the other issues, like the screwdrivers they gave us. Looks like this one's going to be the correct one. What did he
Wonder
just
what the cat's up to.
He just knocked something over. Little butthead. I'm just getting in the screws in
nice.
there. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Oh, it took you that long to get that? Call me a butthead. Butthead. Did we talk about that story?
I don't know. I mean, nobody watches these anyway, so who cares? But I don't know. I've always thought that Thomas Wilson made those movies. Say what you want about, Doc and Marty. I mean, obviously they reshot half of the first film because they didn't like what Eric Stoltz was doing for whatever the reason. So obviously Michael J. Fox brought something to the table that they were looking for.
Oh yeah, I really like him in it.
Biff is just so classic.
Oh, I don't. Biff is one part that I don't know if anybody else could have done.
I honestly feel the same way. His performances in those movies are just so iconic and perfect. I mean, everything about him.
I mean, that and Doc Brown, that's an irreplaceable part too. Now, Marty would be really hard to replace, so I'm not saying that he didn't do a great job. I'm just saying that the other ones are irreplaceable.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you can have a Back to the Future without Christopher Lloyd or Thomas Wilson.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Screwdriver just broke. That's not
what do you mean it broke?
Good. The tip just broke.
Oh, it just snapped off?
It snapped off.
Looks like it's on there.
No. One of the things that makes the cross pattern broke off. If you look at it, you can see one side.
No, that's great. Is that the one that we have a backup of?
Nope, it's not. It looks like it's still usable, though. So.
Well, if it doesn't, hopefully I've got something in my gun kit that'll work.
Oh, it will. You have plenty to choose from. And if you don't, I have some eyeglass kits to fix eyeglass screws, and those are really tiny screwdrivers too. So we should have something. But yeah, all of a sudden I heard crunch, and I'm like, what crunched? And it was the screwdriver. But it looks like it broke down far enough that it's still functioning, so that's something at least. Okay, well, that's working, so that's something. All right, going on to the next ones. Going to be using these. These are in a specific way. So this one has to go here. You can tell by where the little knobbies are, because the knobbies will correlate to the holes. So this one will not fit there. So you got to figure out that and have like that. That's how the picture is showing, because the hot taller place is toward the center. And then it looks like we're going to be using AM screws. Well, let's get the extra KMs out of there. Looks like there's just one extra KM. I think. Put that aside. And let's get the AMs out. So anyways.
Yes, we were talking about Biff.
Yes. So yes, Biff was one of the characters I feel that was not, we both feel that was not replaceable, and he did a great job. Wonderful job in that part. So anyways. Are you gonna
tell the story about how we met Biff?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were.
So yes, we met Biff at a Comic-Con. Was that earlier this year or was that last year?
Last year.
Yeah. They had the whole Back to the Future cast there. Well,
and if we already told you this story in one of the previous episodes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's only so much stuff we can talk about, and it's a great story. So,
it is. Oh, and there's another chunk that just broke off. The tip just broke off. This is falling apart. Is it still usable? Anyways, sorry, go on. So we went to the Comic-Con.
Yeah, and all four of the main characters from Back to the Future were there. Leah Thompson was there, Biff was there, Marty was there, and Doc was there. And all their autographs were like $200 and some a piece.
We couldn't afford it.
Yeah, it was way out of our price range.
We went there to see Jodie from Little Mermaid.
Jodie Benson.
Yes, Ariel's voice.
Yes.
Because that's one of my big-time, all-time favorite movies from a kid. And I had that costume, and that I actually went in that costume for that meeting.
Jonathan Frakes was there, who's one of the few characters that hasn't signed our Star Trek book yet, so that was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, we had to get that, definitely.
Roger Clark was there, which was just a nice bonus, which ended up being one of the better things we did that day.
Yes.
Hanging out with Roger Clark. He plays
amazing.
the voice of Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2, for those of you that don't know.
You can watch
Chan's favorite game, lots of gameplay of that game on this channel.
You can actually watch the video he made for me on my phone on our channel.
Yes, that's on the channel as well.
So
anyway,
really awesome.
we were just hanging out by
but we couldn't get any of the Back to the Future. It just was out of our price range. And if we got one, how could we not get in the others? So we didn't buy any. And we were really sad. And I had to take my medication at a certain time of day. And I'm like, honey, can you push me over toward them so while I'm getting my medication taken, I can, kind of just glance over there and see them. And just,
Yeah, and we were able to get a glimpse of everybody but Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
The crowd over there was just too thick, and we couldn't see him, and then he left before the people cleared, and that was it. Mm-hmm. We did see all the others. We just got a glimpse of them, but that was pretty much it.
But the glimpse is great.
But yeah, everybody else had already left the booth, other than Biff, and we were just hanging out over there so that I could get Shan her medication, which was in the back of the
wheelchair
pouch in the wheelchair. Mm-hmm. So I was rummaging through the pouch to get her medication, and Biff walked up to us and said, I think Shan is really pretty, and I was wondering if I could get my picture taken with her. Well, he didn't say it in those exact
he didn't say my name, but he said, I think you look beautiful.
He said it to Shannon. He didn't say it to me.
I think you look beautiful, and I'd really love to get your picture. He had this really expensive, fancy camera.
Yeah. He told me to run off and buy some licorice or something. It's a good thing I didn't, because I'm the one that ended up taking the pictures. But he was so nice.
He was such a sweetheart.
Really, really nice. And we were both like, we
Real quick, you want to do the smaller end, where it gets smaller. You want that piece to be the one that's put into the thingy. That's what's showing on here. And you want to put it like that. So the smaller part. See what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. It'll be silver, but I'm just, also trying to say it a little smaller. But the black side, it looks like. Because in the picture, it doesn't show black or silver.
Yeah, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But it does show which side the hydraulic is on.
Exactly.
Which helps a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So that's the side. Okay. Anyways, go on.
So anyway, we were like, we really, really wanted to meet you, but we just couldn't afford the autograph. And he's like, you don't have to buy an autograph to meet me. And he handed me his camera, which was a super-duper high-end camera.
This thing was fancy.
Probably a $1,200 camera or something like that. And he had it set to black and white, which I thought was really cool. So, yeah, apparently Biff is
enjoys photography.
Yes, enjoys photography. So I took a couple pictures of him and Shan, and she was blushing the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I was as red as my hair for my Ariel costume.
And then he let us take a couple on our phone. So now we've got a happy memory of that as well.
Mm-hmm. He was super nice, and what got me to mention this is because when I said butthead earlier, he wanted so bad to, have him call him butthead or something.
When he told me to scram and run off and buy some licorice, I was really, really hoping he'd call me a butthead. But he didn't do it. He was too nice. And
he was so nice that it was, hard to,
We have not watched the Back to the Future movies since we met him, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to look at Biff the same.
Yeah, after meeting and seeing how nice of a guy he is.
Kind.
He is. He's so soft-spoken and so sweet, and he complimented me and just made me feel so good. And I was very self-conscious because I was wearing seashell bra, because I was Ariel, with my mermaid fin, right after getting my surgery.
Double surgery,
that's right. After getting my
a hysterectomy and an appendectomy in a period of, what?
3 months.
2 months?
Two and a half months. And it had only been a little bit after that second surgery that we went and did this. So I'm scarred up really bad, really self-conscious. And he just made me feel so good about myself. And just, it was so nice to meet him and stuff. And it was just really awesome. We actually had a great time at that con.
Yeah, that was a good one, all right.
This is going in crooked. There we go.
But yeah, I would consider Biff to be one of the classic bad guys of the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
I love his performance in the film so much. Mm-hmm. I think my favorite is the second film, where like the old Biff gets in an argument with the young Biff. Like, get the hell out of my car, old man! Who are you calling butthead? Butthead. Yep, 2 Biffs are better than 1.
But that will be a memory that I have forever. And it's funny, I was thinking, no offense against Jody, but, that was probably my most wanted meeting, because it was last minute we found about Arthur Morgan.
Yeah, like the week before or something
like the week before. So I was super looking forward to Jody. And it was nice meeting Jody and all. But the memory of meeting Biff and Arthur Morgan was just, oh my gosh.
They were so personable.
They were. Both of them were so nice.
Yeah, Jody Benson was like, okay, let's get the picture taken, move on to the next person.
Mm-hmm. Which we understand, because she was packed.
Yeah. But so were the others.
Yeah, that's true too.
But Roger Clark especially really went out of his way to make sure that everybody had a very memorable experience.
Oh, yes.
He didn't care how long the line was or anything. He took his time with every single fan and made them feel appreciated.
Yes.
He was really cool.
He's an amazing person. Really is.
In fact, we went back to meet him a second time, because the first time we just went to get an autograph, I believe. He signed it.
I signed the game up there.
Yep. There's the game.
And I wanted to go back and get the video on my phone, because I saw him doing it for other people, and we were laughing our butts off, listening to him do these personal videos, and I just had to get it myself. So, all right, well, here we are. These aren't really, I'm not really able to, I can try tightening them a little bit more later, but I mean, if I tighten them too much, it won't move.
It's probably going to depend on how they end up going into the car.
Exactly.
So.
But I'm thinking that
we'll hold off on that
that's
for the next
about
issue.
As tight as they go. I don't know for sure, but we'll just hold on to that.
Because obviously they are supposed to move so that you can raise and lower the hood.
Yeah, so if you tighten them too much, I would think that wouldn't work.
It might affect it, yeah. So.
But they do have a washer in them. If you take a look, it's not just a screw, it has a washer on it too. And they were like on them when you got them. Luckily, they didn't fall off, but I think they're the type of washer that is on with a rivet, which is why it's so loose, because it feels like it's tight.
It's always supposed to be.
So I'm pretty sure it's because of that rivet.
We'll find out.
We'll find out in the next issue.
In the next issue, the hood's supposed to go on the car, so I guess we'll see what happens here.
So, here we are.
Well, anyway, thanks for watching, folks, and listening to us ramble on about how awesome celebrities are.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the next issue. Have a great day.